Alright, so we're here with What's Next at the Microsoft booth at CES 2012, and I'm here with Steve, who's going to show us some of the Surface here in terms of its capabilities. You can take it away.
Okay, so this is Surface 2.0. It's a pretty unique display technology, a multi-touch, multi-user display. Let me explain some of the technology behind it, and then we'll take a look at some applications that show how that technology can be used. So I'm going to drop into the raw image visualizer. So first of all, I imagine you've got a smartphone there, and I imagine you've got some kind of tablet or slow device.
Absolutely.
So both of those things are touchscreen devices, multi-touch devices, and you can do gestures and stuff. And they work, as you will know, using capacitive touch, so they recognize your touch on the surface. This is a little bit different. So I put my hands above the surface. What we're getting here is this is just a demonstration of showing a mirror image of my hands, but I'm not actually having to touch the surface. The reason for that is what we have here is a 40-inch LCD panel from Samsung. We collaborated with Samsung on this product. And an LCD panel, of course, has a red, green, and a blue pixel. For every red, green, and blue pixel, we've added a fourth pixel, which is a camera. So there's a set of cameras literally spread out across this surface. So as I move my hands, it's not touch that's being registered, it's actually vision. So we've got a vision-based input system. I'll show you a couple of other things. If I go into this data visualizer, and I drop my hands onto the surface, so now it's recognizing where my fingers are. If you put your hands onto the surface, so now what we're showing is we've got not only multi-touch, we've got multi-user multi-touch.
Yes.
So you can we can invite 5 other people to put their hands on this surface and we can track them all at the same time. So that's quite different from the touchscreen devices that we're familiar with today. One other quick thing, if I put my hand down, or my finger down I should say, and I move my finger, notice that the orientation is changing, so it recognizes the orientation of my finger. So remember that as we jump into this next demo. I'll show you Bing. And I'm just going to spin this guy around and we'll do we're going to do a search for some images. So let's say we want to search for, since we're in Las Vegas, my spelling always goes awry when I'm doing a live demo, of course.
Look good to me.
So we'll slip this off to the side, and what we're going to get over here is a set of images. So what I'm going to do, stay where you are, I'm going to walk around to this side.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce my hand back into the shot here, and watch what happens when I touch on this image. It spins around to me. Because it recognizes the orientation of my finger, it can start to present information to me. So it's just a very simple but subtle demonstration of how technology is becoming more natural. Just, it's starting to recognize me, it's starting to react to me. So if you tap on an image, maybe you want to play with one of those images, we can do all the normal things. We can pinch and zoom. And now what you're seeing is one of the other capabilities we talked about, that this is a multi-user multi-touch.
Yeah.
So you and I can both play with this surface at the same time. We could have 5 other people on here performing image searches. One other quick thing is, because this surface can see, on this just basic plastic card here, I've printed a layout of dots on the back. And the screen can recognize these dots as a unique pattern. So if I put this down on the surface, let's just get rid of these images for the moment. I drop this down and it recognizes the pattern, and it's saying this is a predefined search that we have. Click on search now, and it's going to bring us a map of Vegas. So we can do all the things you might expect. We can choose to zoom in, we can change this into aerial mode, we can look for places nearby, so I might want to see what's the food and dining options nearby. I can click on one of those, ask for more information, pull this card out, and I can say, okay, it's got the phone number. I can click on the card, and I can even pull out my smartphone. I can scan in the Microsoft tag here with a Windows phone or any other phone on the market, and I can take that information away with me. So it's this blending of the physical world and the digital world. Let me show you another couple of applications really quickly. Another one I like here, so notice it's recognized again that I'm the person that's driving, so it rotates it around towards me. And the environments that we're seeing this being used in, you can think about it in retail environments, in hospitality. So maybe in the lobby of a hotel, I'm looking for a restaurant to go to, and I can do that Bing search, and it would give me the information, the phone number, the directions. Or maybe I'm in a store and I'm trying to buy a car, or I'm trying to buy a phone. We can have a tag on the back of the phone in the store. I drop it down and it will show me all of the call plans that are available for this phone. For this application, it's just a very kind of simple drawing application. So we can both draw on the surface at the same time. We can play around. We can also choose to interact with a paintbrush. So not only does it recognize our fingers, but it recognizes other objects. Let me show you a couple of other quick examples on this particular application. You can just draw a big circle here. And I can do things like change gravity, it just drops away, or I can lock the surfaces of the table. So there's our ball. In fact, I'm going to clear that once more. I can also change the elasticity. That cheering in the background is obviously because we're doing this breakdown on the surface. So this is now going to bounce away, but watch what happens when I introduce some other objects in. They react in just the way they would in the physical world. So they're bouncing off this particular ball and it bounces around and disappears. So what we have is this amazing vision-based technology system that gives us a multi-user, multi-touch surface. We can just interact with it in a very natural way. It brings together the physical and the digital worlds.
Really impressive. I mean, again, the idea of bringing together the ability of the touch surface. In addition to that, the human interaction, obviously, is certainly more than pushing the envelope.
So it's very natural to just, you can see you and I are very naturally just both operating around the table at the same time. So in an entertainment environment, whether it's playing a game, you can have 6 or 7 people all sat in here playing a game. So a good example might be, let's go into Galactic Alliance. We won't go in and play the game fully, but what we have here is a multiplayer game. We have 4 people on each side of the table. I scan into the game, basically just drop my ship onto the surface here and it's going to start shooting away. It's just a very kind of natural way for 4 people to sit in there. You want to grab this guy, drag him right over here somewhere, and he's going to start shooting away for you. And as you shoot, you're accumulating more points, and when you get more points, you can add more ships. Very cool. So there you have it, that's Surface 2.0. It uses a technology called Pixel Sense, and it will be available very soon on the market, available for pre-order in fact from Samsung right now.
Well, I appreciate the time, and this is certainly one of the most amazing things I've seen so far at the show. So, guys holding true to what I expect from Microsoft.
It's all about what's next.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.